With the 31st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select linebacker Jihaad Campbell out of Alabama. Eagles fans, how we feeling? The Philadelphia Eagles surprised me last night. Jihaad Campbell wasn't a name that I had on my board, but Jihaad Campbell was certainly a name that Howie Roseman had on his, as he not only couldn't wait to draft him, but tried to trade up 10 spots to do it, couldn't, and he still fell to us. How do I feel about the pick? In short, when healthy, Jihaad Campbell is a top 15 talent in this draft. He was the number one linebacker without a doubt. The guy athletically jumps off the page. A 9.8 RAS score, a 4.52 40-yard time, 6'3", 235 pounds, an absolute heat-seeking missile in the middle of the field. A linebacker, I would argue, not a position of need. Nakobe Dean will be healthy next year, about a month into the season. Zach Bond, all-pro linebacker, just secured up. The team could have used an edge rusher. The team could have used another corner. Instead, linebacker. I don't mind it. I think Jihaad Campbell was one of few players that Howie Roseman had a first-round grade on. And I think the Eagles are in a position, because of some of the offseason moves that they made, to take BPA, best player available. And they did that with Jihaad Campbell, in their opinion. And I think Jihaad Campbell's ceiling is all-pro potential Hall of Famer. And there's not a lot of guys in an NFL draft you could say that for, but Jihaad Campbell's one of them. I think Philly understood that and said, let's go get a guy that can absolutely be a game wrecker, game changer for our defense. We trust ourselves to draft edge later. We always develop edge talent from day 2 and day 3. We trust ourselves to draft a corner later. We have Quignon, we have DeJean, we have Ringo. We have 3 guys that we really strongly believe in. Let's go get the best player on the board, Jihaad Campbell. And I think he's a beast. And I think, again, the Eagles, the moves that they made this offseason, where they brought in Azeez Ojulari, they brought in Adoree Jackson, they brought in players, vets, at positions of need, allowed for this pick to happen, allowed for the Eagles to get into the draft and take the best player available. And again, when right, Jihaad Campbell would have been a top 15 pick in the draft, no doubt. Jihaad Campbell was the best linebacker in the draft, no doubt. Jihaad Campbell, NFL comp, you could say Zach Bond. You could say better than Zach Bond. You could play him at edge. You could play him at linebacker. You could blitz him. And man, if you're running a play-action play and this man's coming through, you better have good pass pro, because Jihaad Campbell gets you a QB like that. I'm a fan of the pick. I'm a fan of the pick, Eagles fans. I think Jihaad Campbell has the ability to be very productive for us for a very long time. I think Jihaad Campbell, the concern is obviously a history of injury. The Eagles doctors passed him. They saw medicals. I didn't. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like as if I know more about Jihaad Campbell's injury history and medicals than the Eagles do, because I flatly don't. And if you tell me in the comment section that you do, unless you were the Alabama team doctor, you are lying. The Eagles weren't worried. I trust this team. They've had a history of not being able to draft and develop linebackers. The best one in the draft fell to them, and they said Zach Bond's not going to be here forever. And when Zach Bond moves on, we want our successor in place. And we're not going to get a better opportunity than Jihaad Campbell. And this guy is so versatile and so good, we could play him for the next 3 years while Zach Bond is the guy. And then we could pair this guy alongside Nakobe Dean. And that's our linebacker core for the next half decade. And I get it. Jihaad Campbell, an absolute stud. But those are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. What do you want the Eagles to do with the rest of their picks? I wouldn't mind trading up for Ezraku. I wouldn't mind trading up for Mike Green. I wouldn't mind trading up for Will Johnson. But we'll see what happens in the second round. Kevin Winston Jr., another name to look out for the Eagles to take at safety. I appreciate you guys' support. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.